How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another quant update. And as we can see, after confirming 112 and 101, two key levels that I've constantly mentioned that must be recovered, not closing above either of them on two separate attempts. This is resulting in an attempted loss of this key level of support. And this is pretty much the final support before this wick down over here. Now that would actually be, at least for me, a signal by losing the base where we've spent a good few weeks now, actually over a month at this key level support. I think by clearing it is enough of a signal for me that it will attempt to lose this, and a bounce should just come back up into this as resistance before actually losing it and coming down into this targeted area. This is where it must bounce and start recovering all key levels. And of course, when you're down there, it's worse position than where we currently are. We've had a month to break 112. We tried it once, tried again to break 101. Super duper weak. This was a support, previous support. It is currently resistance, but this was a support I was talking about nearly 2 years ago, guys. 2-3 years ago. We had a scare over here, and I was saying if it's ever lost, it's going to go down into 70, 60, and it went down into the 50s, in fact. When I was saying it could go down to 70 or 60, when we were all the way up in these areas, I was getting laughed at. But in the end, it happened. It did take some years, but it happened in the end. So similarly, when failing to reclaim that previous level, we can extend it into the past. As you can see over here, it was the base, and by losing it, we went down lower. So at the moment, this move up is currently a fake out. It's attempting to get back down into the lows once again. It needs to be used as a pivot point at some point. That was meant to be in this area. It was meant to break through 112, 25, up into there. But remember, I've showed you some Bitcoin examples. It could pump up into there and still head into new lows. And if you want to laugh, you can laugh. But here we go. We had if I show you, we had this local low at the time, almost put a new all-time high, but at the 886 put in a new lower low. Same thing again at the 886, put in a new lower low. And yeah, we can go again like this one over here. In the end, on this final one, it broken through. But yeah, we have another one over here. You can see it pumped into the 886 and was given that lower low. So I'm not saying it's going to go through some 8-month-long consolidation like last time, but we need to see if it will be flipped into support, because if it's confirmed resistance, then it can head to a new lower low. That is the risk. I've just shown you a few times. And if it breaks, then we of course have these bullish targets up ahead, maybe even up as high as almost $600, and that would be incredible from down over here, almost a 10x. But you need to understand, it's not on that path. Thinking it's going to go to 600 when it's bearish, you know, how long are you expecting to wait? Yes, if you have a long-term mindset, great, but how long is long-term? You know, that has been a target for since 2022, since the bottom was in 2022. $600 should have been an easy target, and it's been, you know, we're in 2025 now. Many years have passed. 3 years have passed, and it's not any higher than where it was in 2022. So it should have been there by now. How much longer? You know, it keeps deviating. That was the support. It had to have maintained. The moving averages were there to show you it was support. It had better chances of going up from here, although at the time we would have a different 886. You can see 150, 160. It didn't reclaim it, and so it doesn't go to those bullish targets, and then rolls over, worse positioned, tries to go back up, fails because it's worse positioned, because now we've got multiple lower highs. Same thing again if it's about to lose this. It's its final bounce location. Otherwise, I really do believe it will tap into $70 and below. That's it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. I do not see any structural changes unless 112 is broken. That is a tradable move between 112 and 155. But then from there, you'd have to exit once again, because that is the resistance. Okay, guys, that's it from me today. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. If you want to get educated to identify these things, be prepared in both cases, up or down, have the targets prepared. Use the links down below, whether it's the private mentorship, one-to-one, the group mentorship in my weekly live streams in the chat, or something that you can do in your own time like the ebook. The links can be found in the description down below. Cheers.